Hello and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, and today I bring to you a new series, and this series is called My Thoughts. And today's video is going to be my thoughts on actors writing. From the get-go, I think it is important to make my position clear, and my position is that I am a supporter of actors writing. I am a supporter of actors creating their own work. In fact, this kind of ethos was ingrained at me at the drama school I went to. And in fact, in one of the modules, what we had to do was to create a character from scratch and then kind of like write an extended monologue based off that character. And the idea being this could be the foundation to doing a one-person show. In fact, after leaving, I had success in putting on a one-man show, not based off the character I created for that module, but with all the tools I gained, not just from that module, but the course in general. I made a one-man show about what it means to be black in the Western world. And I did that. I did 2 runs of that last year in London. Then earlier this year, I took the show to the Lagos Theatre Festival. So I know this process works. And if I can encourage more of you to do it, then happy days. Okay, yeah, so I think it's important to highlight how I got the idea for this video. So I was on Twitter, and I was scrolling through Twitter. Then I came across a post from an actress that I know. Disclaimer, I'm not throwing shade on anyone. So I came across this post and it said something like, try this writing thing and it's not working. And that's fair enough. But I think what would have been powerful is if this person had said one of 2 things. Firstly, I tried this writing thing, it's not working out, but I have a great idea, so if anyone on my timeline wants to collaborate, or if any writers want to come and help me out, then feel free to do so. Or secondly, this option, I tried this writing thing, it's not working out, I have a great idea. Does anyone out there have any tips on how to develop as a writer, or any books or lectures that I can go to? Again, another powerful option. My feeling is that this person may have, I don't know, come across a piece of work by Michaela Cole, or maybe a piece of work by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and maybe they were like, let me try my hand at writing. But I feel when they tried to start writing, maybe they tried to write the next Sopranos kind of thing. And I think it's important that when and if you decide to start writing, that you start small. Because, Rome wasn't built in a day. And likewise, the writers on Sopranos, again, they've been doing that over years and years until they can get to that top level. Okay, so one of the reasons I think it's important for actors to write is because I feel it is empowering. Because in this industry, more often than not, all the power is taken out of your hands. You have no control over what happens. But when you decide to write and put on a show, or when you decide to write and do a film or TV show, all the power's in your hands. Also, I think the process of writing gives you a greater respect for the craft of writing, but also for the craft of acting. And I think it's useful just to have that skill in your toolbox. Another reason why I think actors should write is maybe you find yourself in a situation where you're being cast in roles and you're not being showcased in the best light, or maybe you're not getting to flex like certain acting muscles. And by writing, you can write you can write for yourself and you can write for your friends in the best light possible. Just before we end, I think it's important to talk about writing styles as well, because as an analogy, I would say writing styles are the seasonings that you put on your meat or your food in general, you know. So like, I don't know, spring onions, pepper, sea salt, turmeric. Obviously, I won't go into like too much detail about my cooking because it's not about cooking. A few writing styles I have made a note of are the following. So Beckettesque. So maybe when you approach your writing, it's Beckettesque. So it's somewhat off-center and it is absurdist kind of theatre. And for me, I kind of live in this Beckettesque space. I really like the Beckettesque space. Or maybe you're someone whose writing is kind of like Pinteresque. So this is writing that everything exists in the subtext. And if you haven't read anything Pinter or seen anything Pinter, do yourself a favor and go and do that. Or maybe when you write, maybe your writing is kind of like Sorkin-esque. So what do I mean by that? So this is writing that is very text heavy, and the lines come fast and furious, and it's just like pa 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 pa. Again, if you haven't read any Sorkin or watched any of Sorkin's work, go and do that. Or maybe you might do some devising, then from the work you've devised, you'll then kind of like write that up. So those are just like a few writing styles. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you like the video, please share, do subscribe, and like this video. Thanks for watching.